What's up, everyone? It's Wacko. Welcome you to week 4 of CLDL season 5. This week we have, um, our opponent is going to be Jode. Should probably say that first. And they're bringing the Iron Boulder, Terra Al Mola, Spectre, Enamorus, um, Mega Steelix, and Cyclozar. Um, I think from here on out, I'm going to be putting the matchup as the thumbnail, um, so people can decide maybe if it's like an interesting matchup they'll watch. Um, I don't know. I guess we'll see because I did that with SDS finals. But anyways, on our side we have a sub roost, ice beam, and uh maybe toxic. I actually don't remember what my fourth move on Kirim was. I think it's Earth Power. Yeah, it's actually Earth Power. It's Ice Beam, Earth Power, Sub Roost, uh, and Boots. And then our Meowscarada is Leaf Storm, Knockoff, Triple Axle, and I think Low Kick. Wow, I can't fucking remember. It might have had Spikes, actually. I think Spikes. And we have our Moltres, which is going to be Terra Fire, Burn Up, Scorching Sands, Agility, and Roost, holding the Weakness Policy. So my idea was to get Weakness Policy off of a rock move from either like Steelix, Aloe, even Boulder, or like a water move from Aloe. Aloe doesn't get a rock move. A water move from Aloe, or like whatever the fuck Cyclozar gets. As well as Clodsire. I have a Rotom Wash, so if I saw a Clodsire, I was gonna assume that it would be a Water Absorb for Rotom. And because of that, I didn't bring Rotom. I think I almost did, and I almost brought it over Mesprit. It would have been, I think, Nasty Plot Stored Power. Which I almost did something similar with Terrapagos, but our Terrapagos is going to be Terra Star Storm, Dark Pulse, Calm Mind, and Rapid Spin. Basically just to Rapid Spin like rocks away because our Moltres is Terra Fire, and then before Terra, it's still Fire Flying. It's not even holding Boots, so yeah, I kind of wanted Moltres to not take half HP when it switched in. And then our Pheasantipity is, I think, the glue to the team this week. My idea with it was Gunk Shot, basically just to hit Enamorus for more than U-turn. It's also running Beat Up for the Spectre and the Iron Boulder, and in case of like subs get broken down. And its item is Pitaya Berry. Our Trapagos is Boots, by the way. Trapagos should be always running Boots unless you're like actually gonna like lead it, or your opponent doesn't have hazards, I guess. But I don't know. The idea behind the Pheasantipity was it can switch in on Alomola, not really give a shit about the damage. And assuming he doesn't want his Aloe to get poisoned, or, well, toxic poison technically, he'd have to switch out. I didn't expect Steelix to come. For whatever reason, I expected Clodsire, but Steelix actually makes a lot more sense to me, looking at the matchup. But yeah, in case you want to stay in with Aloe, he risks Toxic. If he goes into Clod, I basically go free Kyurem and just click sub. And then once behind the sub, I just kind of kill things for free. I probably should have ran Freeze Dry on Kyurem, but I saw like the Aloe wow, I can't talk. The Aloe is Terra Fairy. So I would have assumed he was Terra Fairy for Kyurem. I guess he could have been Terra Fairy for Meowscarada too, because Meowscarada doesn't really get anything other than like yeah, I don't think it gets a steel move, and its only poison move is like Toxic Spikes. Anyways, our last mod is Mesprit. It's basically a for fun mon. I almost ran it as like a Rocky helmet mon for Boulder, and our opponent has Tauros Palia Blaze. I actually kind of expected that to come, but because it was pretty good into my team. But I guess versus like Terra Moltres, maybe you don't want to bring Tauros. But yeah, we have a Mesprit. The idea behind it was to nasty plot on the Tauros. I would assume if I went like hard Mesprit, he might think I'm like Scarf Mesprit. Because I think Tauros actually two-shots Mesprit with like Adamant Flare Blitz or something. But yeah. We have Nasty Plot, Psychic, Shadow Ball, and Thunder. The reason for Thunder, I mean, there's an Aloe. Our opponent also had a Mandibuzz that he could have brought. Not that he should have brought Mandy, because Mandy kind of isn't good versus me, but like it's only good versus Meowscarada. Meowscarada gets Axel plus Protein, so like it's basically a losing matchup. I guess it could probably also beat like Trapagos. I don't know. But the idea behind Thunder was to actually just, if I hit, then I get good damage on something. If I miss, I activate Blunder Policy, and then I outspeed, I think, everything on his team. Although I'm not exactly sure if I outspeed Boulder. But yeah. Anyways, we're already like 6.5 minutes into the video, and the game is only like 6 minutes long. But yeah. Well, I already said what the Terras were. Yeah, it's Terra, Fairy, Aloe, and then Terra, Fire, Moltres. I'm just gonna Nasty Plot turn 1. I assumed he'd probably just get up Rocks or click Toxic. And then I click Shadow Ball just to like scout the damage. The Steelix is very specially defensive. So I think here, yeah, I just plot again, and then he Rock Slides. I thought he clicked Gyro Ball, but that Rock Slide didn't really do any damage. And then I'm gonna Shadow Ball again. He's gonna Rock Slide, and then I'm gonna click Psychic because he doesn't have anything else that can really switch in on Psychic. Like if he read me clicking Shadow Ball again, he could have went Cyclozar. If he read me clicking, well, yeah, if he read me clicking Shadow Ball, then he'd go Cyclozar, and I didn't have a reason to really click Thunder just yet, because Psychic was doing a lot. Anyways, he's gonna go Cyclozar now and Rapid Spin, and this is a little bit awkward because I basically have no info on the Cyclozar. It could have been Assault Vest. It could be like very offensive. Obviously, it's not Life Orb. It's not Normal Gem. So I'm not really sure what I was scared of. Even if it was like Banded Cyclozar, like it literally just click Rapid Spin. So I'm not sure. Like it took me a while to actually go into Fez. Why did I go into Fez of all things though? I don't remember. I think I wanted to try and get in Terrapagos while also scouting what the Cyclozar is. I think I wanted to go Terrapagos immediately, but I wasn't sure exactly what the Cyclozar was doing. But it turns out it's Taunt. But I'm just gonna U-turn. It's looking like max HP Cyclozar. I'm gonna go Terrapagos though, and get off these. I don't really know why the baby Terrapagos exists when this thing is already kind of cute on its own. But yeah, we're gonna get the Tear Shell. He's gonna taunt me. I expected him to taunt, so I'm just gonna Rapid Spin, and remove the rocks. I have to anyways because our Moltres is not Boots. So Moltres would have been taking half health just switching in. But he's gonna U-turn. It's gonna break my Terra Shell. I think my opponent didn't really know what Terra Shell was. I think he just came back to the game like recently, so he probably doesn't really know what all the DLC shit does. Although you'll see later that he uses Boulder like correctly. Anyways, I'm just gonna Rapid Spin again on the Aloe. Why did I do that again? I think I did it just because I wanted to outrun Spectrier or Boulder when they switched in, but I didn't really count for the fact that I ran my Terrapagos like specially defensive, so I'm actually still not faster than Iron Boulder. I think he goes hard Boulder here too. Yeah, he's gonna Quark Drive Speed. So what I should have done here, I should have clicked Rapid Spin again. But I'm going to Dark Pulse. I'm going to barely miss the KO. He's also going to Mighty Cleave. I don't know why he revealed Mighty Cleave there. I mean, it would be pretty obvious to run it versus Moltres and Kyurem, but yeah, I don't know. I guess he just didn't want to click CC again. Although CC would have been fine for Kyurem too, I don't know. He's going to Zen Headbutt me, but it's only going to do 41% because I'm Pliapa Berry. Zen Headbutt wouldn't even have killed me anyways, which I kind of find sad. I think our Fez is like max HP, but it's not. I don't think it's physically defensive. I think it's especially defensive. Actually, I don't know. I think it could be physically defensive. I don't remember. But I'm going to go Masquerada. Also, that was Fez's first kill. Anyways, I go Masquerada, and he goes Enamorous. So basically my idea here was I'm like 98% sure that he's Scarf, and knowing earlier that he didn't know what Terra Shell was, I thought maybe it was a possibility he didn't know that Meowscarada got Triple Axle yet. So it's either that, like I Triple Axle him and he dies, or I miss. But either way, it lets me know that Enamorous is Scarf or not, and in this case it is. And because he's locked into Moonblast, this is basically just my prime opportunity to go hard Moltres and click Agility. And then I'm going to Burn Up, which is going to do 30% to Aloe. Not really a lot, but seeing that he had Scald and Flip Turn earlier, I wasn't exactly sure if he would be able to fit Toxic. But he's going to Scald, it's going to do 26, and he's also going to activate my Weakness Policy. And Aloe's gonna die. Enamorous is gonna die. So basically Moltres just melts everything now. Speccheer is gonna die. And Cyclozar dies. For whatever reason, I was calcing this thing, but I forgot I changed Cyclozar to something else and then went back to Cyclozar. And the Showdown set I think was like balanced Hackmons and it was running like Assault Vest. But even with that, Cyclozar would have taken like 65 to 75% from Burn Up. So yeah, Terrafire Moltres, very balanced. Whoops. Yeah, it's just like a bulky fire type. You can get rid of the flying type. If you want to go Terrafire, you get the extra stab. Well, it's already stab boosted, plus the extra Terra boost. Is it adaptability, basically? I'm not exactly sure. And because of Terra, Burn Up doesn't actually remove your fire typing, so you can just spam Burn Up. It's a really cool thing. I think you can do that with Double Shock, too. You can do it with Roost. So if you click Roost, like, usually it lands you on the ground, but if you're Terra flying, you technically don't land on the ground because you're flying. So you're like completely immune to ground. I guess unless gravity's used, but no one really runs that. But yeah, Moltres is like very powerful. Honestly, like I contemplated on maybe running like Specs Burn Up at some point, but I'm not sure. I really just like Agility Moltres as a Terramon. Like it's really good. You can run it Modest. It's fast enough to do that in a lot of games. I think in this game I was forced to go Timid for Boulder, and the Boulder would have been like really fast anyways because Meowscarada exists. So I think I had to go Timid. But like for the most part, Moltres can go like Modest and just click Agility, outspeed everything. It's bulky enough to take some hits, and it's just doing more damage than it's taking, and it's kind of insane. Also, Kyurem didn't come out. Meowscarada didn't click anything. I thought Terrapagos killed something, but I think Moltres killed whatever it was. For whatever reason, I just thought Terrapagos got like a kill, but I guess I'm misremembering it. So I have to change that on my stats page. So I think the extra kills goes to Moltres. I don't know. But yeah, that is gonna be it. Next week we're up against Anna Bunny, which is really scary for me because he kind of knows like how I build. He's been the one that's been helping me this season because I don't really know how to use my trash. So hopefully the matchup won't be like super bad for me and it won't be like a pain to build for. But either way, we're 3-1. And my only goal this season was to not get demoted. And I think being 3-1, I think 3 wins is all I really needed to not get demoted anyways. So I should be chilling for the rest of the season. I feel like I can get like a few more wins. It kind of depends. Our differential isn't like amazing, but it works. And yeah, I will see you guys later.